Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. It's something new for me. I'm on Paint with Penny's channel doing the Terminator issue 4. And here is Penny.
Hello, everybody. So you're going to think this is a little bit unusual, and yeah, it is. Just sorry, can you just bear with me a sec? I've just had a quick knock at the door. Sorry, bear with me. I'll just pass you back to Adrian.
Oh dear, that is awkward.
There you go. All right, thank you so much. All right, did you like the note? Yeah.
Penny's just dealing with the parcel at the moment.
I'm so sorry,
Hopefully.
guys. I'll tell you what happened. I had a parcel come for someone in the house today, and I signed for it. And I left them a little note, and it just said, I have your parcel. If you ever wish to see it again, ... And then on the back, I put, just come up to Penny's room in room 8 and I'll give it to you. So, yeah, I do apologize about that. So, obviously, this is going out on my channel. Adrian has approached me and said, can you help me do the Terminator? I want to do Terminator on my channel. And yeah, I said absolutely no problems. So he's asked me to co-host. So this is a very new experience for me, because those of you who watch my Route Master, you know that Horlick does my co-hosting, and he is absolute top notch. So I'm trying to be Horlicks tonight, which isn't probably going to go that well on show 1. What the aim is that we're going to do a weekly show doing Terminator. And eventually what we'll do is we'll move the show over to Adrian's channel. So we'll both be on Adrian's channel. But obviously, to get it going, while Adrian learns how to use YouTube, it's easier for me to do it on this show, where I already know how to do everything. And then obviously, as I teach Adrian, he will be ready for his channel. So I'll hand you over to Adrian. And then what we'll do is I'll get my magazine up, and then we can just go for it. So back to you, Adrian.
Okay, thank you, Penny. Right. As she gets the instructions up.
Right. So do you want me to go through the quick instructions, and then we'll just check off the parts and then go for it?
Yes, please.
Okay, no problem. So what we are going to do today is the components for the upper right arm. And you can see on the, let me move my cursor to where you can see it. So the parts in the red, in the picture, that shows us the parts that we're going to be working on today. And then this is really nice. I do like the way they've done this, the photo of all the parts. And as you can see that they're all labeled 4-something. And the 4 obviously means issue 4. And the part after the hyphen is the part number. So in this particular case, it's going to go 4-1 to 4-12, meaning there's 12 separate sections, separate parts. So what we will do, I'll change the view so that whoever talks gets the view. So can we just check, Adrian? Can you just say something?
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Lovely. That's perfect. Right. So the first part that we've got today is 4-1 right arm component G.
This is
okay. Oops. So tell us all about it, Adrian.
Right.
Now,
So the base with a tube with a hole at the end.
Okay. I've got to be honest with you, that doesn't look like 4-1 to me. 4-1 looks like the long part. It's a bigger part.
Oh, right, yeah. Sorry, my
okay.
Sorry, my mistake. Yes.
The way they've laid
yes.
them out, they're not actually in
yes.
order.
Right, 4-1.
So is that metal or is that plastic?
Yes, this is metal.
Okay. And what do you think of the quality?
I think it's okay at the moment.
Yeah, good. Okay, so part
Right.
4.2 is going to be the
This
right arm
one.
component H. Yeah. And then 4.3 is the right arm component I. Let me just get that into view.
That one was metal, and this one's metal.
That looks more like a tube. Oh, that's quite a large
Yes.
tube, isn't it? Looks a bit like a spark plug wrench, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
All the people know about engines.
Yeah. Okay, so 4.4 is a right arm component J. Okay. And 4.5 looks very similar. That's right arm rod A.
Oh,
It's okay. Take your time, Adrian. I think everybody appreciates it. It's
yes.
the first time we tried this and we may make
Yes.
mistakes. It's
Yeah.
when I started doing this for Horlicks, we didn't really have the flow that we have with the later issues. And I think that's just something that builds over time.
Oh, yes.
So, right. And what we're up to, 4.6, 4.7. 4.7 will be rubber washers for the right arm rods.
Now, I've done 4-6 at the moment.
Oh, we're doing sorry, my bad. Oh, yeah, that looks a bit like a sort of a wishbone-y type thing.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Chris has just offered us a little bit of advice. He says that when we're putting the first screw in, don't do it too tight, otherwise it won't go into the
Yeah.
tube properly. So I'll bring that up again when we come to the instructions. Right, so that
Yes.
was 4.6. So 4.7 looks like two tiny washers just there, and they called them rubber washers for the right arm rods.
Yeah. Oh, I'll just show one. There we go.
Oh, and they do
And
look small, don't they?
yes.
Okay, so 4.8 is they look like they're plastic grips for combined right arm components B and C. So that will be the
Yes.
bit there.
Here's one of them.
There we go.
One of them's got a little notch. Hang on.
Brilliant. Okay, they look quite flexible.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so now this is the part that I'm not so confident with myself, and that's the screws. So we need 3 PM 2x4mm screws. So it says one spare, so I assume we're getting 3, but we only need the 2. Now I did actually do this up to issue 6, and I found over time it got a little bit easier. Because if you've already had that screw in a previous issue, then obviously you know what it looks like. And sometimes you can do trial and error, process of
Yes.
elimination. So is that how you're identifying the screw? I mean, some of them are easy. You've got a 4mm, an 8mm, a 16 and a 20. So these should be easy this
Yeah.
week. But yeah, I did notice in some
Yeah.
issues you've got 2 or 3 types of screws that are all the same length.
Yes.
So should we
And if
just
it's
do the
different,
screws? Yeah, should we just do all the screws together? They're all PMs, and then you've got 2x4mm, 3x8mm, 3x16, and 3x20. So
yeah, there's my I've already put them in the pot.
yeah, okay, brilliant.
And there's the other 3. I can't remember.
Now, this next bit, when we actually start to build, is actually going to be so much easier because they've put all of the instructions in squares. So all I have to do is resize. So what I'll do is I'll go through stage 1, and then that will just give you an opportunity just to get ready. So having said that, I pulled up step 3 first. So
Yeah.
step 1, we're going to need part 2. We'll just like when we do the route master, I'm now going to refer to these as parts 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, unless they come from another issue, because they're all going to start 4. So we need parts 2, 3, 4, and one 3x8mm screw. Okay, and it says the second cylinder is constructed in a similar way to the one in the previous issue. Do you have that one to hand by any chance?
Previous issue? Yes.
Yeah, the cylinder we made in the previous issue.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so if we have a quick look at that, we'll know roughly what we're going to be expecting the finished product to look like. There we go. So it's going to look something like that, but I don't think
something like this.
Yeah. So we begin by laying out the required parts. I think they've overdone these a little bit, haven't they? Because step 2, as before, place part 2 into the left end of part 3 and insert part 4 into the other end as shown by the blue arrow. So I'm interested to know how you're going to do this one, Adrian. If I can find my cursor. So the stage is yours, Adrian.
Right. My opinion is I'm going to put the screw on the screwdriver.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to put this shaft onto the screw because that's loaded up. Then I'm going to add this one to there. Then I'm going to pick this one up and find the screw, turn that off a bit, get it anchored.
Which I think is the way I think it was a bit of a hide and seek jobby, wasn't it? So don't forget, Chris Campling has said, don't do it in too tight, otherwise it won't go into the tube properly.
I think he meant the washer one.
Oh, can you just clarify that then, Chris? Did you mean, no, he says when putting the first screw in, don't do it too tight. I don't know. I'm going to ask him to clarify that, because I would imagine that one wants to be quite tight because it wants to hold it together, doesn't it?
Yes.
Ah, he did mean the other part. Okay, no problems. Okay, well, that looks nice and tight. That looks quite good, actually.
Yeah.
Right. So step 3 was just literally, oh, we missed that out, but it was like, there you go, screw it in.
Yeah.
So stage 4, I am sorry about this. If you're used to watching my channel, this all goes smoothly because Horlicks does it for me, and he's very good. So what we want now is part 5, which is the rod part, and a rubber washer part 7, and then we want to attach that with a PM 2x4mm screw. I'll just check the next stage doesn't continue it. No, it doesn't yet. That will be ready. Right, okay. So we want to screw that washer onto that rod. And now Chris Campling's comment makes sense to me, because the tighter you screw that screw, the more it's going to push that washer outwards.
Yes.
Okay. And is there an orientation for this washer?
Oops, you lost it. Large I think the large end would actually go onto the shaft because
Right.
it's a question mark. Well, it looks like they've got it to the picture. They got it that way,
Okay, let me
but you
show you
could
the
have it
picture.
that way.
Okay, let me just move that. Right, yes, there it does look like there's an orientation, doesn't there? It looks like there's like a little reset built in. So it is
Yes.
directional, they say. So,
Yes.
right.
Right. Not using magnetic screw because I don't know what I've done with screw heads at the moment.
So are you using a particular, are you using your Aurea screwdriver, are you?
I haven't got the correct head for it at the moment.
Right.
I don't know what I've done with the case.
Okay. No, it's just I
They're
know
all
a lot.
away in the casing.
They were saying that none of the screws supplied, none of the screwdrivers supplied with this actually works with it.
Correct. Yes. My opinion is a bit daft, to be honest.
Yeah. It was nice of them to give us a nice free gift, but if that free gift isn't relevant to the build.
Yes. Right, I'm going to just test that one a moment, see if it's tight or not.
Lovely.
Right.
Right.
Yes.
So you've kind of just jumped ahead there, but you've done it in a necessary way. Obviously, we do like to
Yes.
test. So step 5. Let me just see if I can get on a little bit. There we go. So what we want to do, we want to take the part that we've just done, secure the washer in place with the screw. Be careful not to over tighten the screw and apply too much pressure. Then take the cylinder assembly 3. Oh, that's the one from the last issue. And then slide,
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
slide the rod 5 into it, as indicated by the blue arrow, which you've just done. And the insert photograph shows the completed assembly. So it's if you're confident with that fit, obviously now's the time to fit it. And what's the movement on that? Does that go backwards and forwards okay?
Yes, I would say so.
Brilliant. Okay. So
Won't come off.
6. Oh, okay, right, guys, bear with me on this. We've got to change page now, which is a bit of a challenge for me. There we go. I'm really sorry, I'm not great with this. I'm doing my best. Right, step 6. Oh, hang on. Have I leapt forward too much?
Um.
Oh no, I've come down the page too much. I'm sorry, that's my bad. Right, so step 6. I was expecting step 6 and I got step 8. Right, that's now too big. Oh, I've got to learn things here, haven't I? Right, so next repeat process
Yes, you have.
with rod arm. Yeah, repeat the process with rod arm 6, rubber washer 7, and a PM 2x4 mil screw part 9. Again, note that the recess on one side of the washer fits over the end of the rod.
Right. Same again. Actually, I've just found my screwdrivers bits. Let's use my Oreo one.
Chris Campbell saying, are you going to do live videos? Or are you going to film them? I would imagine that
At
would
the
depend
moment,
on shows, really, isn't it?
yes.
Chris said that he uses the J00.
Yeah, that's the one I've got up. Yes. Thank you, Chris.
So just while you're doing that, I'll just say some hellos from the chat. So we've got Chris
Yes,
Campling,
please.
obviously. Hello to Steve Graham. People were a little bit confused at first because they obviously didn't think I was going to do Terminator. I'm not doing the Terminator, but big hello to Fleetwood J. Caldecott Bus Spotters, hello. Chris Davies, big hello. And Dave Mill, hello, Dave Mill. So how have you found the first for 3 issues?
I found not too bad. How did you find the first 3 issues?
They were all right. I mean, it was nice because we're doing not just screwdriver, but we're doing a little bit of super glue work as well. Super glue kind of worries me a bit because if you've done it wrong, and it's a bit late then, isn't it? Whereas at least with screwdriver work, you can always undo the screw.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've done all right. Okay, so that looks really good.
I'm just testing.
Chris says that if you've got any problems, just ask on the comments or Facebook.
Guess.
Okay, so you're happy with that stage?
That's step 6.
Okay,
Yes.
so 7 is to put that part in. I really should have read these instructions first. So step 7 is the step that we've done. I do find they're explaining these instructions very well. So now we can go on to stage 8 again. Let me just reduce that a bit. So we want part 4 and part 2 4 and part 2 5, and then we want the plastic grips stage part 8 that we've done. We got with this issue. So everyone's saying you're doing really well, Adrian, and I would agree. I think the only criticism I would have is we've just not really got the confidence yet, have we?
No.
But it'll come. It'll come.
It's first thing to do. It's right.
But I think it just underlines the community here. We get so much support off people, and you know, different people find things different. I mean, what I find might be easy, someone else might find difficult, and vice versa. So it's just great that the community all comes together.
Yes. Oh, we've got 10 people watching.
We have. We're doing very, very well. I actually said before the show, if we get more than about 5 or 8 people watching, I'd consider that very good.
Thank you for everyone's patience at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. I've got the components.
Okay, so we should have the 2 plastic grips. In fact, actually, I'll look at stage 9 because I know what stage 9 is going to tell us. So step 9 is somewhere. There we are. So we need to fit the plastic grips at the end of the button-like protrusion as shown. One side of the grip has a recess which fits towards the back. The parts may not fit securely at present, but they will be held in place at a later step. Now, I recall this was quite difficult, but like it says, once we do the later stage, it'll push it in for us.
Yes. Or we could actually insert them into the item it goes into.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously it's your build. Whatever you find is the best method. Someone else might find they'd rather do it as per the instructions. But yeah. Do you want to show us these recesses? If you're able to.
Right, there's a little recess there.
Yeah, I believe it's flat on one side and it's got a little circle on the back. So hello, Horlicks. I'm trying to do your job, Horlicks, and I just come to realize how brilliantly a job you do, because it's not easy. I'm doing my best here, but yeah, I'm not as good as you, Horlicks. Okay, so you're going to put those on to the next part rather than sliding them on this stage.
Well, put them on there. They're just probably easy to come off, sort of thing.
Right. Okay, that's fine. So we'll have a look at stage 10 then. Horrocks is probably laughing his head off right now, isn't he?
Yes.
I'll just reduce that inside a little bit. So this is I'll show the picture and the instructions separately. So we've got part 12, which is a screw. We've got part 3 that we've just made, and part 1, and it's telling us, before progressing further, read carefully through to the end of this assembly guide, as several parts need to be placed before they are secured together. So we take part 1, the piston assembly part 3, and a PM 3x20 screw, and lay them on the work surface as shown. So just like that. And I can already see that yours is roughly the same. Dave Milne used masking tape on this part. Do you have masking tape? Unfortunately, I can't hand any over to you.
Not handy.
Right. Okay. We will see what
But I
we
do
can do.
have some little tags labels.
Okay. That will probably do the job. Right. So new page. So you know what that means. That means I've got to muck around. Right.
Yep.
So stage 11. Right. Okay. So begin by fitting the 3x20mm screw from the back and place the hole at the end of the piston assembly 3 over it, circled in blue. And there's the little circle there. And there's a nice little close up there. So
Yep.
I will.
So I put...
Dave Milne says hold the screws in.
Yes, or something fixed there. Right. I put the 20mm screw in.
Okay.
I'm going to put a label there. Oh, look, it says a DP.
Right. So this is where the masking tape comes in useful to stop that screw from falling out.
Correct, yes.
Okay. Brilliant. So we don't need to go out and buy flashy masking tape then if we don't really have to.
Well, no. Like if you're doing the root mask, the little tags basically keeping the screws in.
Yeah. Yeah. I do enjoy recycling parts myself, little sticky labels and things, and anything I find lying around.
Well, yes. Right, I've put the 20mm screw in.
Okay.
I want to do the other screw.
Okay, fair enough. Right, so let me find the instructions. So we're basically going to go
It's a 16mm.
and then we're going to go back to step 11 then. Oh, we've got an expert tip there. You may find it helpful to temporarily hold the screws in place from the back with a small piece of masking tape. See, all of our viewers are ahead of the magazine there, aren't they? So step 11 is fit the 20mm screw from the back and place the hole at the end of the piston assembly 3. Now that's this part. Sorry, guys. So take the piston assembly, which was complete in step 5, and a slightly shorter 16mm screw, which is piece 11, and place them on the work surface as shown. And then step 13, in a similar way, insert the 16mm screw from the back and place the end of the piston assembly 2 over it. So obviously we're just going to put the screw in.
Right. I have done that.
Right. So obviously it's now important to keep that the right way, because obviously you'll get 16 and fit 20mm round if you rotate it.
Yeah, I've done it certainly. So
right, okay. So we're going to kind of step back to step 11 now, aren't we?
Yep.
And we're going to place part 3 on, and that's the part with well, I described it as a sort of a wishbone. and that wishbone
Correct.
bit at the bottom. Okay.
Yes.
Hello, Gordy. How are you? So step 13 is going to be, is it this one? Yeah. So piece 3-2, which we've done in a previous issue, that now wants to go on to the other side.
Yeah. Put that one on.
Excellent.
Oh, right. Okay.
Now, is there a right way and a wrong way for these, or will they go on anyway? I suppose they'll go on anyway, won't they? Because the little pistony bits will
Yes.
take. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So tell me when you got them, and we go on to the next stage then. Right. So stage 14.
Yep.
Step 14. Take the assembly 2-4, 2-5, and stage 8 from this stage, which was worked on in steps 8 and 9, and place it on the work surface as shown. Note that the slot on parts 4-1, circled in blue, which is this part there, which receives a grip 4-8 in the next stage. Okay, I think I get this now.
You see why I pushed them in first?
Yeah, I get it now. So you could put those black bits around the part that you've got your hand on now, or as you've done it, you put them into the recess and then slide it in. Is that quite tight to go in?
No, that seems okay.
Brilliant. Okay, I'll tell you what, it's starting to look something now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Right, so step
That was
15. Insert the assembly 2-4, 2-5, and 4-8 into the slot 1, into the slot in part 1 as shown, which is basically what we've just done, isn't it? And then I think it's new page.
Yes.
Right. Oh, that's too much. Sorry, guys, I'm really not good at this. Right, so step 16. Just make that a little bit smaller. There we go. So step 16, take part 2-3, which was supplied in issue 2, and lay it next to the assembled parts. Study the photograph carefully, following the dotted lines to see where the parts connect. So it looks like we're going to lay that next to it, and then we're going to flip it over 180 degrees onto the part that we've just put on.
Yes. That's correct.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
That looks more fiddly than difficult.
Yes.
It looks like you're kind of lining up 3 or 4 different bits all at the same time.
Correct. That is correct.
Okay.
Right, I got that nice and tight.
Brilliant. Okay, so step 17 is going to be to turn it over and align it on top of the previously assembled parts. When the screws and grip are located in their sockets, gently hold the assembly, squeezing the parts slightly together, then very carefully turn the assembly over. See also next step. And the next step is the screws circled in blue. So there's one there and there's one there.
Right.
You then tighten them. This action will close the parts together and firmly secure the assembly, which I think we kind of saw that coming.
Yes. I've moved one of the washers covers.
Right. And are those screws going in okay?
Yes, that one's gone in so far.
Nice.
And I'm going to move over to the other one. Remove the cover from it. And do this one. Right. Now go back to the first one and finish tying that one up.
Doing a little bit on each side and sort of doing a catch up, are you, rather than just going with one screw and the other? Okay.
Yes,
I think that would
did
pull
put
them
one in first.
A little bit better.
Yes. Oh, it up. Oh, you pull down one side, the other side might not locate properly.
Exactly. So I'll just show everyone what it should look like, and then we can do a comparison to yours. So it says stage complete. Yeah. The photograph shows assembly complete in this issue. Don't worry, the joints 3.1 and 4.2 are meant to be slightly loose at this stage. So, and then I would say that looks absolutely the same as yours.
Okay.
So I'm guessing eventually the parts that you've got your fingers on at the moment, they will attach somewhere else, and then that will...
Yes. Yes, exactly, yes.
Yeah, so that will attach everything up. So I'm just going to check my instructions, make sure there's nothing else of importance. Oh, Adrian, nope. You are lovely, because you've actually scanned me the whole magazine to read. So I shall enjoy that, but I can't share it just in case. So are you happy with that? Are there any observations you made?
No.
I think that, look, can you do me a favor and just pop your hand next to the part just so we can see a size comparison? Yeah, that's a lot of part that you got for those two issues, isn't it?
Yes.
So
and
obviously,
for some people,
once we start to get these parts, we start to get an idea what the whole thing will look like.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. No, I like that. So, do you want to have a look at what's in the next issue?
We could do.
Yeah. So, this is what we're getting, and we're going to start assembling the Terminator T800's lower jaw. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts plus 2 packs of screws.
That's what I've got in the container.
Brilliant. Right. So I am going to present me. Bye-bye.
Okay.
So what do you think, Adrian? And what do you think, guys?
I'm just doing some illustrations on the computer for a moment.
Now, Chris Campling did say, did you see that Hardshare are sending little plastic tubes to fix the loose fingers problem? Have we got up to any fingers yet?
Yes, I've got one of those issues.
Because I can't remember. Obviously, I stopped at issue 6. So I can't remember what we've done. I think we have done I think I've done a finger. So
yes.
So I'm quite interested. Are those little plastic tubes, are they meant to go with those fingers, and the ones that haven't got the tube aren't meant to have the tube, or is this a correction?
That is a good question. It could be a correction.
Because if it's a correction, then they're going to have to supply plastic tubes for the fingers that we've already done.
Well, yeah, new piston, new centerpieces.
Right. Chris
If some
Campling
people
seems.
glued them in.
Sorry, Chris Campling thinks it's a correction.
Right, yes. That is a good thing.
So I'm going to be quite objectional. Geordie's very impressed with your video, Adrian, and I think you've done very well. I'm actually going to change my camera view there because you can see the mess in my room. I'm going to be quite objectional. I'm still a member of the Facebook group, even though I don't build it. And I'm seeing that virtually every issue someone's doing a modification. Is that because the parts are poor, or is that because they want to just take it to the next step?
It's the build is there basically. They're probably a basic build, and people can modify if they want to.
Right. So it's just like the bus that. Sorry, it's just like the bus in that they're doing a basic build, and then if anybody's like what we call a rivet counter, they can then make the modifications.
Yes, that's what I reckon.
Okay, that's fair enough then.
Like someone on this piece here. Someone put little washers, plastic washers in there.
Right.
It's people's choices if people want to put them in there.
But it's good enough if you don't put the washers in.
Well, we won't know until we get the next component. This one gets fitted onto.
Right. I can't wait till that gets fitted, and we can see the. Oh, that's gonna be great when we get the arm done, isn't it?
Yes.
So it looks like we're inspiring people here because people are saying that they're impressed with the video. Your video quality is a little bit low, and you know that's the way it is. You know, you can only go with what you've got. But Horlicks is saying it's great to see another YouTuber rising, because remember, everybody started life off with no subscribers, and
yes,
World of Wayne has got 10,000 subscribers, and he's had to work for that. But he started off with no subscribers, or maybe he was lucky and someone subscribed to his channel on day one because he was a friend or something. But yeah,
yes, we've probably advertised on Facebook.
Yes, yeah, because the Facebook group started off with like 3 or 4 people, and they're all rising. So I just want to remind people, I have put Adrian's channel link in the description, and what we will do is we'll evolve this description as the weeks go. So obviously we'll get a proper description going, and we are hoping to eventually move it to Adrian's channel. Adrian's very new to the YouTubing, so with all the little controls and everything, until we get him getting the hang of it, we'll just do it on my channel, where obviously I can flick the screens and things, and we just work out a system that works for us both. So everyone is still saying well done, and I think that that's absolute truth. You know, well done on your first video. I can remember my first video, I was so nervous, and now we just go and off we go. So, and it will come.
Yes.
So Chris is asking, are you going to build other things on your channel, Adrian?
Yes, I might do.
Do you have anything in mind? Anything that interests you?
Probably a tank.
Ooh, we haven't got many tanks on YouTube, have we?
No.
It's
a model space item.
Right. Oh, the I can't remember which one it is, but it's a Russian tank, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. That does actually look good. For me, it's a no because of costs, but yeah, it's something that I might look at later, because doesn't it come with a remote control kit as well?
Yes, it does.
So Lego seems to be a popular request, doesn't it, lately? Chris is asking you, would you do Lego? Is that something that interests you, Adrian?
I enjoy doing Lego.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my phone has just gone mental there. Yeah, Chris Campbell, you did the Lego London Bridge, and that was massive, wasn't it? Did you expect it to be that big, Chris? Dave Mill did the Tiger Tank. Yes, I think I remember seeing something about that. Was that a wooden base one, and then you had the shell onto it? I can't
Well,
remember.
there's my London Bridge.
Oh, very nice. Where did that come from then?
That one.
Yeah, that's not Lego, is it?
Yes, that's Lego.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know you did Lego already.
Oh,
Fun.
yes. Yeah, do Lego already.
Yeah.
I've got the windmill.
Ah,
The
no, I've
first one.
seen it with Jay's windmill, whatever you call it.
Is it the first one or the second one he's doing?
He's I don't know. I didn't know there was a second one. Oh, questions are flying in now, aren't they? Fleetwood J's doing the Mini Cooper, and Geordie said that I did the Lego Route Master. I did. I'll tell you what. I'm going to indulge myself here, and I'm gonna show off. This is the Lego Route Master, and until today, I was very pleased with myself because when I bought it, I was told I won't get it done in less than 12 hours. And I did this in, let's call it 9 hours, but about 8 hours. So I was rather pleased with myself. And there's a woman at work that collects Lego, and she claims to have done hers in 2 hours. So I'm not so impressed with myself now. But that's my bus. But the bus is brilliant because it's the small details that we like. There's some chewing gum under the seat somewhere, and you can't see it. But it's still there, and the stains on the seat. But
yes, it's the knowledge you've put it there. You know it's there.
Yeah. But it's one of those details they didn't have to include, and they did. But yeah, I did really. Now this is proper Lego, actually. This Mini, I think. I'm sure it is. But this is the Mini Cooper, and that was a really good build, actually, because you even get a little picnic blanket and a little picnic basket, which I thought was brilliant. Matthew Bourne is up.
That's neat. Yes.
Matthew Bourne is up to issue 13 on this. So yeah, there's a spare wheel in there as well, which comes out. But this was a superb little build. Yeah, this is definitely authentic Lego. The seat detail was so much fun. Bit frustrating at times,
Yes.
but it was good. But look, a little water bottle you get with it, and you've got bread and cheese in there. Yeah, Dave Miller's saying that he hopes that they bring out the hood after the Bismarck. It's an obvious thing, really, isn't it? You've got, surely if you didn't do the Bismarck, you've got to do the hood. The Mini was, so I'm trying to answer so many questions at once. The Mini, I think, was about £80. I personally think the bus was much better value at 120. It's a bit more expensive, a lot more expensive, but you got so much more kit with it. Now Fleetwood, I believe you're doing the VW Beetle as well, aren't you? And I did the VW. This is not Lego. This is actually Lepin. But I'm really happy with it. The only thing, the detail in the back, The only thing I have lost a bit that goes over the bonnet, and as you can see, it's dusty. And you've got obviously with the Beetle, this isn't the engine, this is the boot because the engine's in the back. But again, you get another spare tire. So yeah.
Yes.
But this was a lovely little kit. Actually, they're all lovely little kits. Again, you get a little picnic basket with it. New D'Agostini project probably start in August. Oh, that sounds exciting. So I'm just putting these back carefully. Oh, sorry, because it's got wheels, it rolls, and I pushed it.
Of course, yes.
And it rolled, and it almost came out the other side of the shelf. So as you can imagine, I had a little bit of a panic there. So do any of those interest you then, Adrian, or something else?
The camper van from D'Agostini.
Oh, that looks fantastic. But haven't people had problems with that? Delivery issues?
I have no idea. At the moment, I'm a 24 contract one.
Sorry, say that again,
So
Adrian?
I'm doing a 24 months one, not a 12 months one.
Yeah.
So probably when I got at least 7 issues in, I might be able to start probably building it.
Right. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it, because sometimes if you get to a point where you're relying on the issues arriving, you get to the point where you've got nothing left to do. If the next pack then comes late, you've got nothing to build. Whereas if you sort of pull it back, like my Millennium Falcon, for example, I've actually built 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm 9 issues ahead. It will catch up a little bit, but I will never be in a position where if model space are late, I've got nothing to put out. Yeah, Fleetwood J said he had payment issues with model space. So yeah, I don't know. See, I've never had a problem with model space. Well, nothing major, but I know a few people have had payment issues. So I don't know.
Touch wood, I've had no problems at the moment.
Yeah, the only problem I had was when I bought the Hermione, they didn't take the payment and they didn't send it. And I wonder that might have been related to I changed my payment card. I'd lost my payment card. So I had a new one sent out. And I wonder if they tried to take it and PayPal still had my old card, which of course had been cancelled. So the payment was refused. So in which case that wouldn't have been a model space fault then, would it? So
yes.
But yeah, so I know of a couple of people who've had payment issues. Obviously, Fleetwood J's had payment issues, and I know World of Mike Anderson had payment issues. So I don't know. Is it maybe there's a small glitch in the system that comes up?
It depends what they're using. If they're using credit card, then it goes through a different way.
Ah, see, now I'm not privileged enough to have a credit card, so I don't have that problem.
Nor do I. I use PayPal.
Yeah, I do, but I have my debit card linked to my PayPal. So, right. Any other questions
In the chat?
In the chat. I can't see any. If we've missed any, I do apologize. I'm going to have a quick look, see if we missed anything. Quality of the video, Tiger Tank, Rhino Tank. Chris Davies, you said Rhino Tank. The only Rhino Tank I know of is the Warhammer one, which I didn't suspect many of you would know about. So yeah, Fleetwood's done the Vestas wind turbine. Check out Fleetwood J's channel. He's got some really good Lego videos.
Yes.
So Chris Davies loves the car. Chris Campbelling has built so many. Yeah, Chris, I think you're addicted to Lego, are you? You've got rather a lot. Fleetwood J's got the Union Jack roof kit coming for the Mini as well as the Lighting kit. That I would really like to see. And also Chris got the Lego Mindstorms to build soon. And there's, yeah, I've seen the R2D2 Lego. That I'm quite interested in that. And I'm really interested in this new DiAgostini artwork. Right, Fleetwood J says that they blamed the bank blocking the payment and they didn't, which I think was the same reason that Mike Anderson had given. So that would suggest if you've got two people saying that, I'm going to just turn my light on if you guys don't mind. If you've got two people saying that Model Space said that their bank blocked it and they hadn't, that would suggest to me that they're both telling the truth, perhaps.
Yes.
So,
Or Model Space got a problem with their banking.
yeah, and maybe it's certain banks. So Chris Davies is considering doing the Jag. Matthew Bourne says that he's got one more DeLorean to get, then the model complete, not counting the extensions. Now you do the DeLorean, don't you, Adrian?
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on DeLorean then?
It wasn't too bad at the beginning, but I've had a few problems with some issues.
Right.
At the moment, I'm waiting for a part to come through the post.
Okay. So are you going to be doing the extensions then?
I've got the extensions coming.
Right. So you are going to be building them then. Is it the railway track?
I'm going to see, or I might lend them to someone and see if they want to build it.
Ah, yeah. So yeah, Chris is saying maybe finish the DeLorean off on your channel, Adrian.
That's if I get the parts.
Right. And then Chris is asking you, what's your best build?
Best build.
I'm actually going to split that. I'm going to ask that question twice. What is your best completed build, and what is your best build currently under construction?
Build I enjoyed doing R2D2. I've got just the 5 issues to do.
What of the R2?
Yes.
Right.
Because I paused that. I've been seeing them since Christmas time.
Right.
I just want to see who else had any problems before I do my one.
That's cheating, Adrian.
Yes.
Yeah, I tell you what, I did enjoy doing Horlicks's issue 100 with the R2 because that was so tense. That was like, oh, please work, please work. And it did work. You know, I didn't really have any doubts with him. The way that he does his builds, I really didn't have any doubts, but you were just in the back of your mind thinking, well, what if it goes wrong? But no, it looks a really good build, actually. I do think that looks good.
Last issue I received at the moment is 119 for the DeLorean.
Right. So you got one more to go.
No, I've got 2 deliveries to come.
Yeah, 11 to go. That's it. Yeah, there's 130 with that one. Dave Milne is mentioning the Falcon. That's a build and a half. In fact, I'll tell you what. I will get to what I'm up to. And this weighs a ton. Oh. That's one half of the Millennium. And I can still remember when it was just like, there's my head hiding behind it. All that I found is these bolts. You've got these 4 bolts in it, which obviously acts as a stand. But where the bolt hole is there, they've not actually put a thread in the frame. and I'm not doing anything about it because these screws aren't actually going to be on it when it's finished. But yeah, you can't, there is no thread in there, and I don't know how to put a thread that big in. So at the moment, this is precariously balanced on three screws. But yeah, they've now supplied me with the bolts. I thought I was a little bit annoyed when they said you will need 4 bolts, which we will supply in another 8 issues. However, if you wish, you can go out and buy some. And I thought, well, why are they waiting so long to build them? You know, isn't that like with you know, with this one, attach the head to the neck, but we'll send you the neck in another 50 issues. Yeah, Dave, I keep getting asked this question. Where am I going to put these? I haven't thought that far ahead. I'm probably going to have to get the wall mount for this, because there is a shelf I can put it on. But oh look, as you can see, I fitted the, don't know if you remember when I painted these, but they've now gone in. But there's a nice mix with this of long and short issues. But yeah, where am I going to put it? Yeah, I'm not really 100% sure. So, but I want to know how heavy it's going to be. I was watching World of Wayne last night, and he said that he's attached his to the ceiling with 40-pound fishing wire, and feeling the weight of this, I can see why he's used 40-pound fishing wire, because it's not light. But that's a fun build.
Couldn't you mount it on its side, on the end of one of your shelves?
Yeah, there's the stand that comes with it. I think it's going to attach underneath where some of the holes are. It looks on that bit that I've shown you. That's the bottom. That's where the stand's going to go, isn't it? But yeah, some kind of TV mount. I've actually got. I'll show you this. That shelf there. You can see some like a nail varnish rack. The way that my wall, I don't know if you can see just there's the wall, it goes in a bit, and as a result, I can't get that shelf flush against the wall, so there's actually a gap behind it. So that would be a really good place to put it. At the moment, I've got it on that shelf mainly for the access, but that one is there's about a 6-inch gap between the back of the shelf and the wall. So I think that once it's complete, and I'm not planning on picking up the Millennium, I think that'll be a good place to put it. And
unless people request you to pick it up and basically show it.
Do you know what? I think I'm going to get, once it's done, I think if anyone requests I pick it up and look at it, I'm just going to go, oh, I'm sorry, guys, I don't have it anymore. But some of these are going to be really, I mean, this bus, we're not even halfway in terms of, you know, we haven't finished the bottom deck, and it's really, really heavy. So what it's going to be like when we finished it, I do not know.
Yes.
Right. Horlick says, did you get last month's DeLorean delivery, or did they miss a month for you also?
At the moment, I'm paying 4 issues a month.
So have you got your latest issue then? Are you behind, or are you up to date?
I'm going to be getting 8 issues next dispatch date.
Right. So like
Horlicks might be up to date.
Right. I think Horlicks is one delivery behind. Right. So Darren Little has just tuned in. Is this a kit or the Gam body Falcon? Assuming you're talking about the Falcon, the Falcon is a model space kit. And what we're actually doing today is the Terminator, which is it's a part work by Harshette. Is it 120 issues, Adrian?
On what item? Sorry.
The Terminator. It was 120 or 130 issues.
I'm not sure without looking up.
Well,
I haven't got the.
it's at
I
least
think it's 100.
Right. Okay. Well, basically, it's a part work, and we get one issue a week, and over time we build. It's 130, so we'll actually build up a 1 to 2 scale Terminator. So 1 to 2 scale means it will stand about there on me.
That's correct. Yes.
So, and the reason we're doing it on this channel is I'm helping Adrian promote his channel. Adrian wants to start YouTubing, and obviously he needs to sort of build up gently. So that is the general idea.
Right. Chris Compton said it's yes. He's saying it's 130, and Horlick's saying it's 130.
That must be 130 then. So 95 centimeters tall with stand. So yeah, that's about to my waist. Yeah, it's a shame I'm not doing it now. I feel I'm missing out, but I do kind of stand to a bit of principle. I had a bit of a row with Harshette, and I went, right, I'm cancelling my build then. So I'm not going to walk back and go, oh, I think I was wrong. So, right. So is there anything else where, Steve says he thinks there's 120.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, as we've said,
I reckon it's 120.
2 people have said 130, one said 120. So let's go for 123 and third issues then. What do you think about supporting rod for the? Oh, that was yes. Horlicks was put off by a supporting rod for the Terminator. Do we have a picture of the completed model anywhere?
Introductory issue 00 on Facebook.
Okay, right, guys, bear with me then, because I am trying to find this. Right, so issue 00. Is that issue 1 or issue?
Introduction.
I haven't got the introduction.
It'll be on Facebook. Because
okay.
I haven't done it on the Google Drive. No.
Fair enough. Right. Okay, guys, bear with me. All right. Introduction. There we are.
Found it?
Yeah. Oh, I can't find the supporting rod. I can't find a picture with the supporting rod. All right. Okay.
It could have been on issue 1 or issue 2 cardboard, couldn't it?
Oh, it could have been. Yeah. Right. So let me show you what I've got. Right. So this is what I've got, and I can't see a supporting rod. But I wonder if it's going to need it. Because obviously we're working on this bit here, and it looks like if you tighten those screws in enough, it will. Because right, moving articulations to me, it suggests to me that you can position the arms and the legs, but they won't move on their own.
Yes.
So if you position it and tighten the screws enough, it shouldn't need any supporting rods, would it? I don't know.
Or they'd probably made a supporting rod so you can actually create lifting a leg up.
Yes. So if you've got one leg off the ground, yeah, it'll still stand up. Yeah.
They could have copied the model from. Oh, who's got the full size one?
Oh, I can't remember. I know his his name's been mentioned before, hasn't he? If anyone
Yes.
knows, please tell us.
Question is, isn't he in Australia though as well? And he's doing the part work as well?
I don't know. I know Australia rings a bell. But I know he's Jazz Creations. That's it. Jazz Creations. Someone's pinging me, so yeah. Ah, right, I've got it. Okay, yeah, okay, Horlicks, I can see how you're put off now. Right, I'm gonna have to show it there. That's the I'm sorry, it's on my mobile phone, so it's not great, but you see that
Right.
supporting
Yeah.
rod? That looks
Yeah.
terrible, doesn't it? In my opinion.
Yes. And it could be 2.
Yeah. So I wonder if maybe that could be replaced. And it's 120 issues. It says at the top. Issue 199 issue batteries required. So those legs, are they lighting up? Those legs look red and blue.
Good question.
So is there going to be some fiber optics running through those legs? Don't know.
It's something we've got to see when it comes.
Yeah. So oh, the base light.
The base lights.
Oh, so those lights might be coming from the base rather than from the legs. Yeah. So yeah, Horlicks has been put off by that rod. I think it would put me off as well. I wonder if there's an alternative way to do it. I don't know. Maybe you could build the base up so that the base gets hidden in something. Maybe build a brick wall behind him so that the rod is going through the brick wall, so you won't actually see it. Maybe you could do something with it. But then I suppose
Yes.
also, looking at it from the front, you won't see the rod so much. I don't want to put people off the build. The build looks absolutely amazing. I don't think we need to focus purely on the rod. So yeah, Jazz Creations full size. He has to have his held up.
They could have based it on his one.
Yeah, Darren Little saying he's doing Mr. B's R2D2 build as well. Yeah, Love Minis saying get creative and make a stand of your own. I'm sure it can be done. For those interested in R2, mine's there. I'm kind of experimenting with the next layer at the moment, but I'm having so many problems with my 3D printer at the moment. And I just can't figure out what's wrong with it. So, but I'll get back on track at some point. Even if I have to go and rob a bank and buy a new 3D printer, I will get there. So, right. So, maybe use fishing wire to hold it up. That's actually not a terrible idea. Rather than supporting it from the back, perhaps hold it up with some fishing wire. That's not a bad idea. I like that. So,
Well, I couldn't support it from my ceiling.
yeah. And also, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll see if I can find a 1:2 scale Harley Davidson for you. That's only got to be about 4 foot long, isn't it?
Yeah.
Excuse me. Right. So,
Everyone else.
Horlicks is saying he may be able to hold his own weight up. Or make it a puppet with strings. Yeah, that'd be really good, wouldn't it? Woo, time we'll be back. I think I've ended up doing an impression of a zombie there, haven't I? Yeah, do you know what? I remember the days of hanging planes up. I mean, I used to use cotton thread for my aircraft, but yeah, I used to have hundreds of. And then, because what you do is when you're a kid, you hang your aircraft up so that they're all right for you. And then your dad would come in your room and he'd hit them all because he's 6 foot tall, but you're only 3 foot tall. So you've got like 5 feet. And then your dad would come in and hit them all with the head and all the bits would break off. And you're like, Dad, you broke them. Bill and Ben. Right. So, anything else that you want to cover?
No, I think I've covered everything.
Brilliant. I personally think that that was an excellent show. Obviously, we both need to build our confidence up with this. We didn't know how it was going to go. I was a little bit worried. There's so much. I mean, really, I kind of should have known. Really, we were going to get support off people because we always do get support, and the more you need support, the more support you will get. And I think the viewers have been absolutely excellent.
Yes.
So once again, it's become our show. It's ours and the viewers. It belongs to everybody. Yeah. So Gordy Broker is looking forward to the next show. So that we will pencil that. Well, we will pen that one in for next Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shall we make it 8 o'clock?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't want to just go bang and on air. So it'd be really great if you can join us next week for issue 5 at 8 o'clock. Now, we did discuss a catch-up plan, didn't we, Adrian?
Yes. We might ever do 2 issues a week.
Yeah. Now, I personally, I wouldn't plan to do that. I would just go, right, if it's a short issue,
yes,
do the next issue. And then,
yeah,
we've got 120 issues to do. So we haven't got to catch up in 3 weeks. We've got 120 weeks to catch up. So
yes,
we're planning on getting up to date. But there's no time scale to get up to that. It could be next week. We could do 2 issues. We might wait a couple of months, but yeah, we'll get there. And I think, but like someone mentioned earlier on, it's really good to have somebody different doing. You get 4 or 5 different people doing the same subject matter. You will still end up with 4 or 5 different videos. I mean, look at the Route Master.
yeah.
There's what? 4 or 5 people doing Route Master videos, and none of the channels are the same.
Yes.
So Horlick says bravo. He's gone very posh today. Bravo. Very good. I missed a lot as I didn't realize it was on. I was taking the radio in the car. Yeah, because you've got important stuff to do, haven't you, Horlicks? You've got a new car. But that's fine. This video, what we will do is we will download this video and then we will upload it to Adrian's channel. I probably won't remove this video. When we decide to go over to Adrian's channel, what we will do is we'll go live on Adrian's channel, but then we'll download the video and then we'll put it onto my channel, so that we've got kind of a crossover period. And then eventually we will just go straight onto Adrian's channel. It won't be on my channel, if that made any sense whatsoever. So we're just kind of easing it across. So, obviously I know what we're doing. I know how to do the controls. So obviously it's my job to try and teach Adrian. I mean, even the controls, it took me a while. I'm doing a slightly different job today, so I'm struggling a little bit myself. But yeah, Matthew saying, anyone eager for the X-Wing? Is that something that either of us I really want to do the X-Wing. I really, really do. But I just think at the moment, my finances are I'm having to do a little bit of overtime just to keep my head above water. And I could probably do the X-Wing, but then I become very reliant on the overtime. And at the moment, there's loads of overtime at work because it's summer holiday season. So lots of drivers on holiday. When that holiday period ends, I've got to say to myself, will the overtime be there? You know, if you're relying on 10 hours overtime a week, every single week, you start to run into problems if it doesn't happen. So I really can't commit to the X-Wing at the moment. But X-Wing is being done by Model Space, isn't it? Or D'Agostini?
Model Space.
Yeah. So for me, I'm not overly worried because what I might do, my Millennium and my Harley will both finish at the same time. I think they're going to finish in March or April. So yeah, Horlicks has pretty much just said what I was about to say. Wait until it's finished and pick it up like I did with the Falcon. When the Millennium and the Harley finish, I'm going to be £71 a month better off. So if it's going to be £40 a month to do the X-Wing, I can actually do the X-Wing and I'll still be £30 a month better off. But again, you don't know what else is. The Model Space it's always going to be there. You know, I think the Millennium was really old actually now, isn't it? That's got to be a few years old, isn't it?
Yes. Didn't World of Wayne finish his a year ago?
Oh, I think, yeah, because I don't think he got his.
No, before the car.
Yeah, I say he didn't get his from day one, did he? I think my camera's slipping, you know. So, but again, it's all the funding. If I, this lottery thing where you win 10 grand a month for 30 years, I really need to do that. And then I can give up my job and I can produce 2 or 3 videos a day just on part work models. But do you know what, Dave? That's one that I really would like to do. I've heard some bad things about the Thunderbird, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. And for me, it's something that touches personal because it's something that I used to enjoy as a child. There's some builds that do nothing for me at all. That people say about the Rossi bike, that don't do anything for me at all. I'm not really into racing anymore, and I am a bit of a Mark Marquez fan, more than I am Rossi anyway. So someone's going to hate me now, aren't they? They're going to go, "What? You don't like Rossi?" But I'm doing a motorbike as well anyway. So another one I'd like to build is the Ayrton Senna's the McLaren, because they also do the newer McLaren, which was driven by Lewis Hamilton. And I think it would be good to have the 2 models together so that you can see how they compare.
Yes. That'd be fun.
Yeah. And also I can build I watched Ayrton Senna die on TV. I didn't watch it in real life. I was watching when he had the accident that killed him. So I could build the car that he was driving for the very last time. And I think that's something a little bit special. And then obviously I can build Lewis Hamilton's car the first time he won the world championship. And that's how I like to, yeah, it's like, what's that? I might take a look at the bakery. Now, yes, cake decorating. Somewhere in my house, can't remember where, I did actually do the cake decorating. But
You mean something like this?
Oh, you didn't. So is that it? Are you going to be doing cake decorating then?
No.
Baking with Adrian. I hot in the kitchen with Horlicks, that'd be great. I did the cake decorating because I wanted to learn how to do. I mean, I'm a qualified chef and I can't do cake work, but it's something that I wanted to and I wanted all the equipment that came with it. And because I moved to Newport, I had a few problems with moving stuff, and I couldn't bring everything, and so the cake decorating is something that went. I've still got all of the bits and bobs because I'm very much, even though this piece of equipment is used for cake decorating, I'm probably going to use it for some kind of model making or something. So I haven't thrown the parts away, but I would actually love to see someone on YouTube do the cake decorating and actually do what they're supposed to do. I mean, I've thought about doing, yeah, World of Mike Anderson's going to be doing it, but I'd like to see him actually do. You get recipes, you get cake recipes, and then you get techniques. And I'd like to see someone actually do those. If you do everything in the cake decorating, there is a lot to do each week. So you probably want to get it on a Monday, and then you get piping bags, nozzles. Sometimes the tools that you get, that's a bit of a funny one because you get like a little holder, but then you'll get like one tool, and then you'll get about 3 or 4 weeks later you'll get another tool, and it'll take you about 20 weeks to fill it up. Geordie broke his other half to the knitting weekly and knitted a blanket in different style knitted squares. That sounds fun. But one idea I had, and I don't know if I can do it, is to have a cooking segment where I do a recipe, because I'm a little bit of probably a sore subject at the moment, but I'm a bit of a Gordon Ramsay stroke Jamie Oliver. One of my bugbears is when people say, "Oh, I don't have time to cook." And my answer to that is bollocks. Yes, you do. You've just got to manage your time properly. And there's a lot of recipes out there that are easy to make, and they're easy to do. And, when you're doing stuff like making models and stuff, nutrition is actually surprisingly important because you get so engrossed in stuff, you've forgotten to cook. So because you've not got much time left in the day and you've forgotten to cook, you now look at something lazy. So, I haven't got time to make something, so I'll go down to Chippy or something. But yeah, it's just something I just thought maybe a recipe of the month, and I'll make something. But I've also got to set up my cameras in the kitchen in a shared house. So, are you getting the Amazon ship? Yes. I kind of, yes, I am, not necessarily this week. But I really want to, because I want to see you. Sorry, Adrian, I've taken over your show. I didn't mean to.
That's all right, Penny.
Horlicks, I want you to get into the joys of ships. And I know your viewpoint on your ship is different from mine. I know that if I had bought you the ship, you're scared to do it in case you don't do it right. If it was me who bought you that ship, it would be on the basis that I want you to give it a go. And if you cock it up, so long as you learn from it, then that is a success. We can't all be perfect to everything. Now, where I'm having a problem with my ship is I've gone in way too advanced. It's real. In fact, I might even have to I've done one layer of planks. Don't worry, we'll work that out, Horlicks. We will work out the manual. But yeah, where I've gone in at advanced level as a first ship, that was a mistake. And I should have really, should have gone in something a lot more basic. So I kind of want to do this ship with you, so that you're doing it, but All this talk of ships is bringing to mind a Barry Manilow song. Please do carry on. Gordy, the manual is in Chinese and photocopied 58 times. So what I understand is it's Chinese and not. In fact, there aren't any instructions, are there, Horlicks? So I'll let Adrian come in. It is his show.
Yes, a very good question. As
Yeah.
as I haven't seen the instructions, I wouldn't know.
I've seen Fleetwood J's manual for his ship. I know Fleetwood had a lot of trouble with his ship, but I think Fleetwood's you can't read the numbers. Isn't it bad when you can't read the numbers? Because the numbers are the same in any language, aren't they? But yeah, Fleetwood J had a go at a ship and he gave it a go. All right. So Dave says, no, what you mean, Penny? I tried. Oh, no, what you mean? I tried the Victory, eventually gave up and gave it away. Yeah. I'm not going to give up on my ship. I've got to the point now where I think my ship isn't going to come out perfect, but I'm going to give it my best shot. And if I finish the ship with the viewpoint, oh, if I did that again, I could do a better job, then I'm happy there. But yeah, I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to give it my best go. And my adventures are being chronicled on YouTube. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But no one is going to say, or most people will say, well, at least she gave it a go. So, can we interest you in a ship, Adrian?
Oh, I might do the Endeavour.
The Endeavour. Doing funny. Dave
I think
says
it's the
about
Endeavour.
Dave says about doing the Victory. Now, I did the Victory many, many years ago, and I can't remember how far I got. I remember putting together some of the false keel and doing some of the lifeboat. But I gave up for financial reasons, and I'm wondering because I've been watching the old Bismarck video, the wooden Bismarck that you can't buy anymore, and that looks a lot easier because all the parts have been cut to shape for you. So whereas like some of my planks, I'm going to have to cut little triangles. So I'm going to have to do some measuring and cut and then filing. The parts that come with the part work are all pre-cut, ready to go. So I wonder how much of a major difference that's going to make. But Dave Mill, if he's saying that he's given up, presumably because it was too difficult, I wonder if there's only so much. Right, the Endeavour is easy in the Victory. So what's difficult about the Victory that makes it harder than the Endeavour? Is it the rigging or I don't know. See, I've got all this to come with my ship, haven't I? The Hermione. So who knows? But it's all a learning curve and experience for me. So yeah, so hopefully, possibly, we'll have the ship coming to Adrian's channel. Long pause.
Thank you, Dave Mills.
It's what?
Saying thanks for Dave Mills, where he says the Endeavour is easier than doing the Victory.
Yeah, I have heard. Oh, single hold and thicker. Yeah. Now the thicker planks. I am struggling with the veneer strips I did on the deck. They were not easy. I won't say they're easy, but by comparison, because they flex. Let me see if I can get you some bits. Right, bear with me a sec, guys. Right, there you go. So these are actually the planks I bought separately, and I am so glad I got these because these aren't going to fit. But these are the planks for the outside, and I think these are 2mm thick. So that's how much it's going to bend. If I bend it anymore, I feel it's going to crack. So obviously that's how much play you've got.
Yeah.
This is a veneer strip for the decking, which is about 0.5mm thick. And you can see where I'm going now, can't you? That is so much easier to deal with than that.
Yes.
So when as soon as he said single hold,
Thank you.
so I go on.
Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, so doing, I mean, these aren't obviously the right shape, but if you're planking with these, and then obviously you'll put the planks in like that, and then if you do a second layer, presumably you're going to put these slightly off so they cover the gaps. So now you've still got the thickness that you've got with that, but because they're thinner, yeah, you haven't got all your soaking and everything, and the soaking is actually not as easy as you think. Even though I was watching, well, this is one thing I've learned to say. Love Minis will know with the electronics when I did the soldering. I'm so glad that what I actually said with the soldering was I've watched a lot of YouTube videos and I feel confident enough to give it a go. Because at no point have I said I've watched loads of YouTube videos and I think I'll be good at it, because watching on YouTube isn't the same as actually doing. The only way you'll get good at something is to just do it and keep doing it until you get good at it.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
trying to assemble something on camera.
Oh God, yes, isn't that fun? Yeah. Adrian's channel name is Adrian Lang. Do you want to just type something into the chat again? Horlicks, the description is in the channel is in the description. But if Adrian types something into the chat, what you can do is hover over his comment, click on the 3 dots, and then that'll bring up an option, go to channel, report, remove. I've got some other options as well. But yeah, so some really good YouTubers on here tonight. Don't forget to, if you haven't seen Horlicks's channel, to give that a look. There we go, Adrian Langley. So if you just click on the 3 dots, you'll get a channel option to go to. You'll get an option to go to his channel. Good evening, is it Gross Models? Gross Models? How are you? I've seen some of your videos. If you haven't checked out Gross Models channel, check them out. Because there's some, I think it's, yeah. And I've just noticed you're doing a giveaway. And I've just...
Thank you, Alex.
Yeah, so Gross Models is doing a 2,000 subscribers giveaway. So check that out. So I'm just having a quick look at the channel now. Mostly, we've just started doing so you've received the X-Wing then. And then you've got lots and lots of Harshette 1:2 scale Terminator. Actually, it's quite a lot. Do you know what? I think I might be spending the evening doing watching that channel. Yeah, sorry, I've just been completely sidetracked by someone else's channel now. Or Chris will work as well, right? Right, guys. So, unless Adrian wants to continue, I'm going to look at ending this stream. I do apologize to the people who've just come in.
Well, I think we were on 15 at the end. We've gone down to 10.
Yeah, that's normal. What tends to happen, some people come in just for the build.
Yes.
Some people come in for the build and the chat. But But yeah,
Yes.
we all pull up a chair and just have a cup of coffee and chat away. Right, so you happy to end this here then, Adrian?
Yes, I am. I'd like to say good night, all.
So I'm just checking. Yeah, I have. Right. Okay. So what's going to happen then is we are going to be streaming. I forgot what we're going to be streaming issue 5 next Friday. That will be 8 o'clock.
Yes.
We'll be doing it weekly. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully, we'll become a lot more comfortable. It will be a nice little, just like our Wednesday night show. We'll look at catching up, but we're really going to play the catch up by ear. And what we'll probably do is, if we have an easy issue one week, we'll do a double episode, and that'll just pad it out a little bit. And eventually, at some point in the future, we will have caught up. So
Yes.
thank you ever so much. Also, what we're going to be doing for the benefit of those that haven't seen, that weren't here earlier, we are aiming to get this show onto Adrian's channel. We will continue doing it on my channel for a few weeks. And this is because I know how to work the controls. Adrian is very, very new to YouTube, let alone live streaming. So what we'll do is we will get Adrian learning the controls. And then what we'll probably do is download this video, upload it to Adrian's channel. And then one day we'll actually go live on Adrian's channel, and then we'll download the video and then upload it to my channel. And eventually it will just purely be on Adrian's channel. We're just trying to help. Basically, I'm the starter motor for Adrian's car, I hope. But once he's up and running, he'll be motoring along under his own power. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to leave the show with Adrian to say whatever he wants to say.
Thank you, Penny.
Not a problem. Always
I have
glad
finished.
to help anybody out.
Yeah.
Right. Okie dokie
Good
then.
night, all.
Take care, guys, and we will see you all next week. All right. Bye-bye.